Goddard. He talks about the moment of sleep. I'm reading one of his books right now, and it's complicated. I'm listening to it and I'm reading it and I'm trying to get the details in my head. Now, he talks about a lot of Bible verses, so I'm not a Bible scholar. Hey, how are you doing? It's Al here from Looking for Warriors, and I want to talk about Neville Goddard. Yeah. So, Neville Goddard, he talks about the moment of sleep. I'm reading one of his books right now, and it's complicated. I'm listening to it and I'm reading it and I'm trying to get the details in my head. Now, he talks about a lot of Bible verses, so I'm not a Bible scholar. So, I hear them, they make sense, but they go away again. Now, he talks about sleep. What I'm getting from the book is the most important time for him is sleep. Now, it's not when you're asleep. It's that nice moment between being completely awake and being completely asleep. You feel yourself losing control of your body. So you can move your body if you want, but it just feels good not to move it. It feels good to be in this state. You can feel yourself falling asleep. There's the moment between being awake and being asleep when you become immobilized. You're not immobilized. You can move your body at any time you want, but it just feels good not to move it. And you can feel yourself on the side of a cliff, so you're going to drop into being asleep at any moment, but you're still awake and you can still control every part of your body. If, for example, something moved in the room, if you heard a movement in the room, you'd be able to jump straight up. And you're still aware of what's going on in the room, but you just feel good about not moving and about moving towards that sleeping stage. That's the stage he talks about mostly. And he said that is the stage where you see, and this is great. I found this great because I've tried this a few times, and sometimes I have difficulty actually getting to sleep. In the past, I used to have some difficulty getting to sleep sometimes. Sometimes I'd be lying there for an hour and I wouldn't sleep. And I would just get back up again. But I do find that when I do I'm reading this book and I'm doing his practice before going to sleep, and it's actually helping me fall asleep easier. So I'm doing this practice, and then the next day I can't even remember doing it because I just fell off asleep in the middle of it. So if you have difficulty getting to sleep, maybe read Neville Goddard, one of Neville Goddard's books, because he talks about this a lot. So what he says is that between that awake stage and that fast sleep stage, there's a stage where you just feel good about just lying there. And you're immobilized and you don't feel like moving. You could move if you wanted to, but you don't feel like moving. He said during that stage is a great time to envision what you want in your life. So we all want specific things. So you could say, well, I want more money, well, I want a better job, well, I want a better relationship, whatever. I want more time with my kids, whatever it happens to be. But be a lot more specific than that. Think about your exact situation, what you want to see, exactly what you want to, how you want to feel, what you want to have around you, and go into that state between the awake sleep and sleep state, and envision that in your head. The great thing about this is it does help you go to sleep faster. So envision that the day before, the night before, when you're about to fall asleep. Envision what you want to feel, what you want to see, who you want around you. What is your surroundings going to be like? Will they be luxurious? What does your bank account look like? What people are you dealing with every day? How are you with them? Are you confident? Are you directing them? Are you directing them to do specific things? Are you being directed by them? Who are you talking to? Who are you connecting with? All of that. What's your personality like in the situation? Be as specific as possible. And envision that right before you go to sleep. Then the important thing then as well is just to let it go then. Go about living your life. Do your things that you need to do anyway. And forget about it. Just let it all go. But what he says is that's the time, just before you fall asleep, is the time that you need to do your meditation. You can get yourself in a state count backwards from 50. Or allow yourself to relax each part of your body. So go through each part of your body. So your foot, your lower leg, your upper leg, your right foot, your lower right leg, your upper right leg. Go right through your stomach, your legs, everything, up to your head. And, breathe in and breathe out the bad energy, and just allow yourself to relax. Get yourself into that state. Then do your envisioning. You're still at a stage where you can direct your mind pretty much. So do your envisioning of what you want to see in your life. And then suddenly you'll start seeing, when you have your eyes closed, you'll start seeing dots, lots of dots. Then the dots will turn into faces. Then the faces will turn into things, and then you'll be asleep. You'll just be asleep, which is great. We all need to get a good night's sleep. And then get up the next day and forget about it and just do the same thing over and over again. What you want to see and what you want to bring into your life. Now, it's not unusual. All sports stars do this. A lot of successful people do it. I remember George Best was one of the best football players in the world. Now he became an alcoholic later on, but you could say he was the best football player in the world. But he said that before each match, the night before each match, he would see everything that happened in that match the next day. So he'd be the night before the match, he'd be envisioning in his head before he went to sleep everything that happened in that match. Every time he got around someone, he could get around like 4 or 5 people and get a goal. So every goal he got, every pass he made, every time it was kicked to him, every time he got around someone, he envisioned that in his head. He'd play the whole match in his head the night before. So George Best said, and there's lots and lots and lots of successful people who do exactly the same thing. And there's lots who don't too. It's not the be all and end all. Obviously, there's some work involved in getting whatever you want in your life. But there is the unseen. There's definitely the unseen that brings it in. And Neville Goddard is a great start to connect with that unseen and just bring it to your life. It's not the secret where you ask for $1 million, you ask for a BMW and it appears outside. There's definitely work. But you lay the foundations in your head. You lay the foundations in your head before you do the work to bring it into your world. It's been Alan here. If you're looking for what about Neville Goddard, and envision in your head before you go to sleep first. Then let it go. Do what you need to do during the day, and obviously you're going to write out your tasks and still do the work. But that's what Neville Goddard says. You bring in what you want in your world.